Hi, it's Andrea Budey. Uh, did many videos already for presenting infra, so you can see in infrascan.net for seeing every single specific technology. But here, just to have a brief introduction, what infra is as a platform for hacking, automated hacking. It can be used by companies for checking their own security, for vulnerability assessment and penetration tests. They are mandatory for many companies, and it can be used by law enforcement agencies for investigation. And that's also where we normally focus now with our first clients, and basically government clients. And I want to show you a little bit. So basically, the most important part is the scan board, because we can do different kind of scans, including compliance, or including tests that are for IoT, or just specific for web. Even tests coming from the dark web, so basically are completely anonymous, so nobody can understand who is doing it. Just to show a little bit, we can check different kind of services like TCP, UDP. We can do brute force to many ports and services. Vulnerability assessment in different ways using NAS. That is a technology that is well known. So it's like a database. We can get open source plugins for this for free, and we can get also payment plugins for this. But the most important thing is that we produce also our own plugins, and then I will explain how. And the part of the web is more fuzzing. They use a technical monkey testing. So basically, we send garbage like a million monkeys. Statistically, they will send something that makes sense, and then we interpret the answer to this. This project is included in many projects with European Union for some European Union calls like digital ADF, IDS, and also for Horizon and things like that. So we are trying to get investment from the European Union to develop more, and we send some project, and we are waiting the answer at the moment. I want to show that the platform not only find vulnerabilities, but also can really hack them, literally. Just to show an example of report, we have an executive report that is for the managers, and everything is protected by password, of course. And we have technical reports for the technical people. So both in PDF or also in the HTML, they can look easier to be used. So we had the TCP scan, we had the vulnerability scan, we have also the web scan, so dedicated just for the web. Here I found something. For example, there is something like cross-scripting for phishing. SQL injection is important. So maybe now we can try to show that the platform is really able to hack. So you can technically execute commands, uh, find information from the dark web, doing phishing, many techniques to hide the IP and simulate the real mail server. And you can also do injection. So for the SQL injection, here we have a already did a scan before, so I can clear, and we can start and see what's happened after we did this. So now the system is checking the report that we seen before. So all this URL that basically are potentially vulnerable. So it's extracting this, extracting this, extracting this, and whatever also you find like this, and it's testing if it's possible to use it to hack the database. So basically, from the web interface, sending this injection and trying to operate with the and interactively with the database. So trying to extract every information is inside. So it can be including usernames, password, or whatever is inside the database. So we wait a little bit because, of course, it's not fast. We use different techniques, including get and post, and it will brute force some parameters. So it can be slow, trying to uh, find automatically the parts that are more difficult to do it manually, like to imagine what can be the name of the database, the name of anything. It can work without brute forcing. So it's not super fast, but it's very faster compared to manual working, manual hacking. So it's not downloading it. If we go on the top, we see didn't finish to complete everything, but it's continuously downloading more information. So if we wait, there will be more stuff. Let's check what it's about. So we find the infrastructure of the database, the name of the database, the files inside, the shopping cart. So we can see there are different things. We see cart ID, we see username and password. The password is test for this user. It's very basic, but this is the password. And we can see here that he started different techniques, but was not working, and then he found a good one that was working. We can see this MySQL and this Linux Ubuntu. So now it's going more. You see, yeah, before we're stopping here, now it's downloading more stuff. So if we wait, we'll download more. This is a database, so we didn't know. Okay, the password is continuously downloading things. So just to have a little look to the rest, here we can find eventually more reports. In this other machine, maybe there are more. Here and here we can monitor, so we can put machines in continuous monitoring. So we can see the vulnerabilities. There is not so much. And in the administration, we can also, a part of configuring the system, we can also create viruses or upload viruses and merge them. So with this technology, we can decide what is the encoders, the encryption, putting nodes, what is the, of course, they have to be connected with the same technology to use. And for example, we can decide what we'll do at the end if we do, for example, for common execution or reverse exit. It means that will create a reverse shell. This can be merged with a file that we can attach, and it will become just one file. Then we can use it, for example, in the phishing or in the automated hacking. So, for example, here. In this version, we are adding also the cracking of the Wi-Fi passwords. Just to show you something interesting is that the base of this is coming from this AI that we call it Bot, and it's using different agents. So it is a very important thing because this is where the future of AI is going, is using more agents to do the reasoning. As we can see, we have installed a DeepSeek, the new Chinese model that has reasoning that is basically based on Quan and Llama. We use also Quan and Llama. Quan is from Alibaba, Llama is from Meta. And in case it is dealing with general question, they use DeepSeek R1 and Quen 2.5 and Llama 3. In case it's dealing with coding, we'll use DeepSeek Coder, Quen Coder, and Coder Llama. That is, the agents are working like a team. There's a team leader that basically manage everything, but it's passing the job to other agents that can search on internet and they can give their own opinion, and then it will give all the results to back to the team leader that will bring it to an expert. So an expert can be an agent that can do reasoning, for example, DeepSeek, and then everything is merged again to do a final answer that is more complete. So now, just to be fast, just asking with Bill Gates, for example, and Bill Gates is an American business magnate and software developer and whatever. He can do also scripts with the in Python especially, and this is the goal of this platform. So because there are some website providing basically exploits that we use for this for the automated hacking, this AI will search for exploits like whatever we find in exploit database. For example, here there's a remote command execution, and this is Python, for example. It can be any language here, and we will re-elaborate this to use our own syntax and to automatically install here in the part of the export, so we don't see. But if the report is saying there is a specific vulnerability and we find a specific vulnerability here, we'll try to re-elaborate the exploit and make it working using the reasoning of the AI, so passing from the agents one to the other. So yeah, maybe I simplify the way the experts and the agents works, because they will pass again to the agents until they are sure that the result is good. And so it works very well for this. And so it can re-elaborate, and basically this machine is out updating alone without human intervention. And I think this is very cool. It's top notch of the technology, because we are using the agentic multi-agent reasoning AI using different models. So it's also multi-model, and I will say it is the technique that we should do, because AI is going this way, but we do better because we put more models. So OpenAI, for example, ChatGPT will never put like different models. They will use only OpenAI, ChatGPT. We can compare the results of different ones at the moment, mainly the open source models. So they are installed in the machine, so they don't need for privacy to go online, but they can eventually use also OpenAI or Gemini to have a different point of view, let's say. So all this machine now is already used by several governments, and yeah, we are looking to evolve, implement more, implement better, doing more testing, and let's see how it's going. So mainly, we look for the help of European Union for this, and eventually also private equity.